Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Zach Kennedy, Home Marketing Specialist and Realtor with eXp Realty in Birmingham, Alabama. And today I'm going to give you 5 pros and 5 cons of living in the city of Birmingham, Alabama, according to ChatGPT. Pro number 1, cost of living. So over the past few years, we have had several people migrating to the state of Alabama, specifically the city of Birmingham. So I've had the pleasure of working with buyers coming from Missouri, California, Oregon, even the Northeast, such as Connecticut or New York. So we've really enjoyed getting to welcome people into our city. And one of the things they cite as a major motivator for them moving here is the low cost of living. So according to rentcafe.com, Birmingham, Alabama is 8%, the cost of living is 8% lower than the national average. So Birmingham, Alabama housing is 20% cheaper than the U.S. average, but we do have 2% pricier utilities because it is super hot here in the summer. So what I've found in helping buyers move to the city of Birmingham is that there are specific areas in Birmingham that are far below what the national average is on housing. So some examples of some places that I've helped people move to in the past were Crestwood North or Crestwood South, which is just east of downtown. Southside is a place, Southside and Glen Iris are places that you can get in for $400, $500. There are lots of historical homes in Southside, in Glen Iris, in Redmont Park, Highland Park, Avondale, Forest Park. These are all places that have lots of historical homes that are coming up in price. So you're looking at, $500,000 to $600,000 for some of those areas. But your entry-level places are places like Southside, Glen Iris, in some places like Eastlake or Woodlawn. There are lots of homes that are being renovated right now because people want to live in Birmingham and they want to live close to the city. Even a place like Norwood, which is just north of downtown, past Top Golf and Protective Stadium. There's about to be a new development, mixed-use development with apartments. There are going to be a new housing coming in. There's going to be a lot of corporate offices. There's going to be an amphitheater and restaurants. That's going to be in Norwood. So that is an area that I foresee growing rapidly over the next few years. Pro number 2, parks and recreation. So in Birmingham, we are located at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountain Range, so you might think that somewhere that's dead in the middle of the southeast, you might think it's completely flat here, but we actually have quite a bit of rolling terrain, really beautiful greenery and land here in the Birmingham area. Some parks that you might enjoy stopping in would be Red Mountain Park, which it runs east to west just behind me here. There's also Ruffner Mountain, which provides what I think may be the best downtown overlook. That is just east of downtown, about 10 minutes in the city of Irondale. We also have Railroad Park, which is just downtown near the south side. So near UAB, near Regents Field, where the Birmingham Barons play. That's also a great park. Avondale Park has a water feature, of course. There are baseball fields where a lot of rec teams play. Oak Mountain State Park is the largest park in the state of Alabama. It is beautiful. So if you're into hiking, if you're into biking, trail running, just going for a nice walk, if you're into canoeing, paddle boarding, if you're into wakeboarding, they've got just about everything outdoors at Oak Mountain State Park. That's about 20 minutes south of the city. And also about an hour away is Talladega National Forest, which I highly recommend because there is Mount Cheahaw, which is the highest point in the state of Alabama. Hey everybody, I forgot to include the third pro of living in Birmingham, Alabama, according to ChatGPT, and that is the job opportunities. So Birmingham has a very healthy job industry. Our unemployment rate is below the national average, and we have over 23,000 jobs currently available that you can check out on sites like BHAM Now. So Birmingham is known primarily for its healthcare industry and banking. There are lots of jobs in education as well. There are numerous jobs at Alabama Power, which is our main power producer here in Alabama. We also have jobs with AT&T is a big one. And there's also a really healthy tech industry with startups. So if you're looking for something in healthcare, the University of Alabama Birmingham is a great option for you. There's also Grandview Medical Center, Children's of Alabama, Ascension St. Vincent's, and Brookwood Baptist. So if you're in the healthcare industry or you're looking for a new job in a new area, that's a great one. And also in banking and tech. We also have lots of manufacturing jobs. We have jobs with Publix, Honda, and of course, if you're in education, the Jefferson County Board, and there are several colleges in and around the city of Birmingham. So we'll get on with the video now. Thanks. Pro number 4 is cultural attractions. So here in Birmingham, one of the biggest cultural attractions here, what brings in a lot of tourism. When visitors come through, they always like to stop here because it really helps tell the history of our city, and that is the Civil Rights Museum. Birmingham was at the heart of the Civil Rights movement. There unfortunately were riots here, there were bombings, but look how far we have come. But it's important to understand where we came from. So the Birmingham Civil Rights Museum is a great place to learn about the history of Birmingham and the steps that have been taken to provide equality for everyone here in the city. So I recommend stopping by the Birmingham Civil Rights Museum, also 16th Street Church where the bombings took place. We have a civil rights trail that will actually take you throughout the city, provide you some education on that. Some more cultural attractions, of course, is Birmingham Vintage Motorsports Museum, which is the largest collection of motorcycles, I think, in the world. And so it's always a great place to go, Barber Motorsports Museum, to see a huge range of bikes, of Indy cars. We have several races at Barber throughout the year, and that is a wonderful place to learn about the history of racing. Next is the McWane Science Center, which is one of my personal favorites. I promise I'm never ever going to grow up, so I always like to go by McWane Science Center because it's a great place to learn, of course, but also have a little bit of fun. So there are tons of interactive exhibits. There's an IMAX movie theater, so if you've got kids and you're living in Birmingham or just driving through, I highly recommend stopping by McWane Science Center for a little bit of learning and a lot of fun. Next is the Birmingham Botanical Gardens, which is beautiful year-round. We have all sorts of trees and greenery and flowers that you can go. It's a really relaxing place to just go for a walk or a little afternoon, get outside. It's a great place to go on a date as well. So definitely stop by the Birmingham Botanical Gardens soon. Vulcan Park and Museum. You can see the Vulcan directly behind me in between those two buildings. That will give you a little bit of history of how this statue came to be. It was created for the World's Fair many years ago, and you can see exactly how it was created. It represents what Birmingham really is, what built us and what gave us the name the Magic City, which is we have all of the natural components to create iron ore here in the city of Birmingham. So in the 1800s, when people relocated here, we boomed. And so a lot of that had to do with the fact that we were really an industrial and manufacturing hub of the Southeast. A lot of people compared us to Pittsburgh many years ago of how quickly we actually grew. So not only does Vulcan Park and Museum give you that history, teach you about that history, but it's also, in my opinion, one of the best downtown Birmingham city overlooks and scenic areas that we have to offer. And we can't talk about Birmingham without talking about food and beer. We have so many breweries here in Birmingham, so many food trucks, so much delicious food, and it doesn't just stop at tacos. We have got James Beard award-winning restaurants here in the city. There are so many to choose from. You can go a whole year and eat at different restaurants, and there's always new restaurants popping up. So if you're someone that's into going out having a couple beers on a sunny day, getting something to eat from a food truck, or going to a nice restaurant. There's really something to offer everyone here in Birmingham. And pro number 5 is sports. So it's no surprise to anyone that here in the Southeast we love our sports, and so we've got plenty of options for everybody here in the city of Birmingham. Number 1 is the Birmingham Barons, which is a AA affiliate. That is located, their park, Regents Field, is located in the southwest side of downtown Birmingham at Regents Field, and well, it's almost May and we're getting closer and closer to opening day. I absolutely love going with my friends to Barons games. There's just something about spending a little bit of time on the baseball diamond, and so this is just such a fun summer activity for us here in Birmingham to go see the Barons. Thirsty Thursday I recommend for $2 domestic beers. There is Friday night fireworks, so if you've got kids or you just love watching the game, I could not recommend going to see the Barons more. Next is the Birmingham Bulls, which is our minor league hockey team. I actually just went to my first Bulls game about a month ago and had an absolute blast. I did not grow up watching hockey, but man, I will be going back to see the Bulls, and they're actually extremely good too. They're usually number 1 or number 2 in their division, and so it is just so much fun going to Bulls games. There's all kind of themed nights, so if you've got kids or you like to have fun, for a good night out is going to see the Birmingham Bulls hockey team. Next would be Birmingham Legion FC. So yeah, soccer's kind of a big deal here in Birmingham, and it's really growing across the Southeast. So Birmingham Legion, at the time of this recording, is leading the league. And they are so much fun to watch. They used to play on UAB's campus. Now they play at Protective Stadium, where UAB football plays, where the USFL Birmingham Stallions football team plays. And so it's been a ton of fun following the Legion as they've risen through the USL. I actually was a season ticket holder the first season that they were here, and still enjoy going back. I played college soccer, so I'm pretty partial to the sport, and it is growing like wildfire here in the Southeast. And next, of course, is the USFL champion Birmingham Stallions. So, you know, we love our college football here in the Southeast, and it's so much fun to watch players that we enjoyed watching at the college level actually compete in our own backyard now. They are a really, really good team. Again, they won the league last year. They play at Protective Stadium. And so just about every Saturday for the USFL season, Protective Stadium and all the areas of Uptown will be absolutely packed. So if you haven't been to a USFL game, definitely recommend stopping by and seeing the Birmingham Stallions, especially now that they're playing at Protective Stadium, part of the BJCC, which has received huge funding, huge renovations. It's an absolute blast. And also there's the Birmingham Squadron, which is our affiliate basketball team. They're an affiliate of the New Orleans Pelicans. They play at the newly renovated Legacy Arena. Lots of fun to go and watch basketball there. Of course, Auburn and Alabama had great seasons this year at the collegiate level, and so the popularity of basketball here in Alabama is rising rapidly, and so going to see them at that wonderful arena is a lot of fun. And now let's get to the cons, according to ChatGPT. Now, no city is perfect, and Birmingham isn't without its warts. So let's go through and see what are the most popular cons about Birmingham across the internet. So the first one is our infrastructure. So there's no secret that over the past 3 years, Birmingham has grown rapidly, and we need infrastructure to keep up with that. So a lot of the times on weekdays at around 5 p.m., I-65, that runs north and south through the state of Alabama gets packed near downtown. And I mean, every city has its traffic. 65 is particularly trafficked at around 5 p.m. on the weekdays. We also have Highway 280 that runs southeast of the city out towards some of the more suburban areas like Vestavia Hills and Homewood, Chelsea, and some parts of Hoover. And 280 is an absolute nightmare if you don't live here. So just take that into account when it comes to moving to the city of Birmingham. Highway 280, I-65, some parts of 459, that is the southern bypass for the city. They get pretty packed, and of course there are roads that aren't great here. We have some potholes. It gets hot here, and so potholes definitely spring up. Also, what we're hoping for is that in the next 20, 30 years, we'll actually have a northern bypass that will connect 459 across the south over to the northern part, which will go through and cross I-65 in the Kimberly-Morris, Gardendale area. And I think that is going to be a huge help for the traffic here to bypass some of those 18-wheelers that are coming through, going from Texas or New Orleans to Atlanta and Nashville. I think that that's going to help quite a bit. That has received huge federal funding. It's going to cost an estimated $5.5 billion to connect that northern bypass. Some construction has begun, but not much. I have another video on that if you want to check it out, where I really take a deep dive into it. But there's been lots of federal funding that has gone to that project, and I sincerely hope that it does happen one day, because that will help with the roads and infrastructure here in the city of Birmingham. Con number 2, crime. This has been, in the last 3 years, a dramatic rise, and a huge problem here in Birmingham is crime. The vast majority of the crime that occurs here in Birmingham is located to specific areas. So just northeast of the city center and just west of the city center is where the vast majority of the crime occurs. Most of that crime is property theft. So break-ins is a huge problem here in Birmingham. Gun violence is a major crime here in Birmingham. However, the good part is that it is pretty located to specific areas. So things to keep in mind. I'm looking at neighborhoodscout.com right now, which shows me where the typical crime occurs. So just be smart about this when you come to Birmingham. And then, this goes for every major city, even a mid-major city like us. The areas that you don't need to go to, and just lock your car. And of course, our police are working extremely hard to remedy this problem. So thank you to all of the law enforcement and first responders that help keep us safe. The best advice that I could give you when you come to Birmingham is, don't park in areas where it looks sketchy, and lock your car. And just take a look at neighborhoodscout.com, know the areas that you don't need to go, and stick with the areas, go exactly where you need to be, and then get out. So that goes for every city. We aren't without our problems here with crime, and so just be smart about it. Con number 3, according to ChatGPT, is a lack of jobs. And so, the thing is, I'm looking at bhamnow.com, which is a great source. And Birmingham actually has 23,000 job openings right now. So we have a variety of different industries here in the city of Birmingham. You might not know it, but the tech industry has absolutely boomed here. We are the home of Shipt, which was acquired by Target years ago. We have a major healthcare sector and banking sector here in Birmingham. So if you are working a white collar job, there's plenty of opportunities for you. And if you're also into blue collar jobs, we have lots of new construction going on here, lots of new businesses coming in. We have lots of older buildings that are currently being renovated, but we could always accept more jobs. So we are a very business-friendly environment here in Birmingham. We can always get better, but if you are looking for either a blue-collar or a white-collar job, according to BHAM Now, we have 23,000 job openings here in Birmingham. So if you're looking to relocate from a different area, definitely check out bhamnow.com as a source for exactly what it is that you're looking to do. Con number 4 when it comes to living in Birmingham, according to ChatGPT, is the Birmingham City Schools. So it's no secret that Birmingham City Schools are below the national average. I'm looking here at greatschools.org, so this is not my personal opinion. The averages for Birmingham City, they are in the 45th percentile. With the schools, they are far below averages in the state. However, there are plenty of opportunities for you just outside of the city. The Birmingham or Jefferson County school system has much better ratings, and even in Shelby County schools, people like to move to Birmingham. They want to be in Shelby County schools as well because that is a great school system. So absolutely understand that being a con here. Birmingham City schools are tough. They are below the average in terms of scores. Math, reading level. It's also difficult to attract new teaching talent because they pay below average salaries as well. So if you are considering moving to the Birmingham area, school systems are a huge deal here. So call me or call your favorite realtor to talk about the different types of schools. They're going to probably refer you to greatschools.org anyway. You can also check out niche.com, NICHE.com, to learn more about schools. So if you are moving to the Birmingham area and you need to be in the city of Birmingham, definitely look up some of the private school options as well. And the fifth con of living in Birmingham, Alabama, according to ChatGPT, is the lack of affordable housing. And listen, I do this every day selling real estate, and so we do have a lack of affordable housing in the specific Birmingham area. So your areas like Southside and Glen Iris, you're going to be paying $300,000 or more. Redmont Park, Avondale, Highland Park, Forest Park, Crestwood, some of those areas, like, it's very difficult to get anything under 400 or 500,000 these days. There are some more affordable areas such as Norwood, East Lake, some Woodlawn areas. Those are places where homes are being renovated right now. The biggest thing is that we have a lack of new construction, and that is a national problem. So we just simply need to build more houses. And we've been in that situation for decades now. So if you are looking to move to the city of Birmingham, definitely contact me to learn more about what areas in the greater Birmingham area would be the best fit for you if you're on a budget. So real quick, I'll be a little bit selfish and tell you about what I love about living in the city of Birmingham, and maybe some things that I don't like. So what I really love about Birmingham is the people that are here. I've lived in a number of cities in my life, and what I love about Birmingham is how friendly people are. Most everyone here that you encounter is going to ask you how your days go, and that's just a thing about the Southeast, and we are right in the heart of the Southeast. Another thing I love is the location. In 2 hours I can get to Atlanta, I can get to Chattanooga. In about 2.5 or 3 hours I can get to Nashville. 3.5 I can get to Memphis. I can shoot down to the beach, white sandy beaches of the Gulf Coast, in about 4 hours. And in 5 hours I can be in New Orleans, which is a place that I love to go. So the people, the location being so centrally located is really nice. The food here is fantastic. I love to go and hang out at the breweries on the weekends with my friends. I do love the sports that we have here, and I love the natural beauty of the city. Again, we do have rolling terrain here. Sunsets are magnificent, especially from my new listing here in downtown Birmingham. So yeah, I mean, it's the people, it's the location, it's the food, it's the number of activities, and the fact that we have a mayor, Randall Woodfin, right now, who is working his tail off to make the city more enjoyable for the people that are here, and also attracting new people, new talent, good people that are coming to the city of Birmingham. So lots of pros. The cons are, it's super freaking hot in the summertime. That's a Southeast thing. I think we can have more things to do, and like I said, I think our mayor and our city councilors are working to do that. And so I think that Birmingham is a city that has come a very, very long way in the last 60 years, and I just cannot wait to see how far the Magic City goes. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the 5 pros and 5 cons of living in the city of Birmingham according to ChatGPT. I am certain that this is going to generate some action down in the comments, so please be kind, but also share with me the good. Share with me what you enjoy about living in the city of Birmingham. If you've come through in the past, let me know what really caught your eye and stood out, and if it's something negative, let us know. We have access, and know, we talk with city leaders, city councilors all the time as real estate agents about giving them ideas about what would make our city more attractive to new people, but also the people that live here now. So don't be shy, give me your comments, and I'll be sure to respond to each and one of those. And of course, if this was valuable or useful to you, I'd love it if you hit the like button and subscribe so that we can reach more people that are curious about moving to the city of Birmingham and really helping the Magic City move forward. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.